Um, Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to. Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, I still can't get over it. I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse. It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab and I went home, alone. I think it was about 11 when I left Max. I'm sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to, if you think I need an alibi. Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying, I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late. This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died. Help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way. I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets really. Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent. Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die. But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket? I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them. Thank you, Doctor. That makes me feel much better. I shouldn't let what Terry says bother me so much. I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone. Of course, it was Terry that accused me of stealing. One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK. His name is Max. He's really sweet, but I don't see a future between us. He's not really my type. I can sense it, you know? It's like when You're outside and there's a sudden change in the light or the air feels different and you know it's going to rain. It's like that. I always know when one of my patients is fading, even before the doctors know. Their energy changes. It sounds silly when I put it into words. I sound like my mum. Healthcare serial killer. You know, like those nurses that kill loads of their patients. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts, Terry thinks it means that I've been killing them off. I've known Max a couple of years, but this is the first time we've been on a date. I don't think he's boyfriend material. Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day. He seemed to be in a good mood. It didn't seem like anything was bothering him. I don't know how it works. I just know that it does. I didn't lie. I'm really not interested in dating anyone. I just went out with Max as a favour, for a friend. Like I said, it wasn't anything serious. No, I didn't go on a date with Dr. Dekker. He's my therapist. It would just be wrong. We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum. Dr. Dekker almost certainly had unfinished business. He didn't know he was going to die. But it's too late now. That's why I have to help Hilda while I can. My mum's a nightmare. I said she was into all this new age stuff, right? So she thinks she can tell me what I should be doing all the time because she got a message from her spirit guide that said I'm not eating well, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not looking after my inner moonbeam or whatever. It drives me nuts. But she's my mum. I love her, so I have to take it. No, it doesn't hurt at all. I don't think it's a physical thing. I don't think my body actually changes. I think it's more like an illusion, like my energy changes or something. Alice was one of my favourites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humour. It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me, if you get what I mean. I think we've got a bit off track. Maybe you should check your notes. I don't think I'm deceiving my patients when I shift. I'm helping them. Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well. I'm not sure I should talk about that. Aren't I breaking some reverse patient-therapist confidentiality? It only lasts for as long as I'm holding the hand. I think it needs that connection. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have any loose ends. I don't know what that says about me. I've shifted a few times now. I honestly couldn't tell you how many. It was the one thing she held on to right until the end, her most treasured possession. She said she wanted me to have it. You don't argue with a dying person's last wishes. Mainly he talked about being a therapist. He said he had a few patients like me, with special gifts. He said not all of them were as enlightened as me. Well, I know what I can do is special. I see it as a good thing. But apparently some of his other patients saw their abilities as a curse. Dr. Dekker hated that. He said he wished they could all be more like me. You seem happy. You have a very positive energy.